morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you guys decide to watch this video. How you guys doing today? It's been an uneventful week to say the least. We thought 4th of July, or even the day, what is it? Today is the 5th technically. So the 4th was Saturday, 3rd was Friday. So we thought at least Friday it would be busy, but no, it wasn't. Even the 4th, after the initial one order, thought it was gonna be good today. Nah, me and a few other people, nah, it's not good. The 4th was actually pretty bad, which was a little bit surprising, but it is what it is. First order of the day, I think this was a 44 by 44, 2 different drop-offs. I don't remember what the mileage was, but yeah, nothing too crazy. I think this was $57 to start. We'll see what it is when we end up, wherever we end up with. But yeah, I just somebody sent me some information regarding the reason why some of you guys are getting deactivated. Something, I think it was either something on Reddit that she put on the Facebook group, or it's something that she's seen on Reddit, or whatever the case. I don't know how she stumbled upon it, but she posted it to the Facebook group, and she allowed me, to use her post in a video. So yeah, we're actually gonna take a look at that a little later on today. So hopefully we can figure out why some of you guys are getting deactivated because of customers saying that they're not getting their orders. So hopefully this is a problem that could be corrected. But if not, then I think it's really disgusting what not only a person is profiting from, but also what customers are doing, because you have to willingly know this as a customer to use this service. So if that's the case, then it's honestly disgusting. But we're gonna investigate it a little bit further and see what it is. Hopefully this doesn't happen to you guys, but there is something out there where people are using a service to clean free groceries and saying that they haven't received it, and kind of screwing you guys over, because again, Instacart doesn't do a very good job of investigating certain stuff. So it's like they just deactivate you, give the customer their money back, and on to the next one. So it's it's very frustrating to see things of that nature happen. So yeah, definitely gonna figure some stuff out. But yeah, first order of the day, I'm gonna get coffee, and you guys already know I gotta get gas. I always need gas in this car. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what's this first one ensues, and we're gonna go from there. Not too bad of a drop off, not too bad. Both of them was pretty okay. The first one was a little far, I guess. Kings Park is about 20 minutes, roughly 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how far you're going into Kings Park, but a little distant. But the second one was only like 7 minutes away, so both of them was relatively in the same area. Now heading back home, 30-minute drive home, but it is what it is. Hopefully we get something before we get back home. If not, then we're just gonna do some things in the house and wait it out. But we're gonna see. Rody is pretty dead today, so I'm not really gonna focus too much on Rody. But it is what it is. Like I said, hopefully we get something on the way home. If not, then we're gonna see what else is popping today, and go from there. Sorry about the AC in advance. It is hot, H-A-W-T. So we have second order for the day. I think 23 by 29. I think it's like a $44 order, $40-something order. Today orders has been pretty bad. Not a lot of them is over. I want to say not a lot of them was over $30. After I did the first initial drop off, not a lot of them was over $30. A lot of them was 20 and under. And then I'm gonna show some shady things Instacart is doing, and then more and more people are becoming aware. But we're gonna see if it's fact or fiction. We're gonna see if they're potentially committing fraud or not, and they're potentially stealing from their from us pretty much. So we're definitely gonna see. I'll talk about that a little later. But let me go knock this out, and then see if we can get maybe one more for the day. If not, then it is what it is. We probably hit our goal. We're gonna hit our goal anyway, which is 100. So we hit our goal between the two, and let's see if we can get maybe one more today. But we'll see. But not a horrible day. But it wasn't a lot available, so we gotta take what we get and go from there. So let's get it done. So leaving the second drop off right now, leaving the house right now, And the beautiful thing is that they weren't too far from each other. I think they were about, I think the first drop off was 9 minutes, and to get to this one, I think was 9 minutes. So a total of 18 minutes. I think it was like 10 miles or maybe 8 miles, something like that. I'm pretty sure it was closer to 8 miles. And the better part is that it's 10 minutes from the crib. So heading back home, hopefully I get something before I get back home. If not, they have me for a few more hours, up until about 6-ish, you know. I know it's 4 now, and I usually stop around this, but they have me about maybe up until 6 because I've only hit $100. So, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see, and we're gonna see if we can get at least one more. If not, we're gonna get into some of these topics, get into, you know, this video that I was saying, get into some of the things that I want to bring to you guys' attention, because, you know, I like for you guys to be informed and, you know, make better decisions than I made, or make better decisions going forward, as we are one Instacart community. Back at it. Hopefully, like I said, get one more. If not, then we're gonna get into some of these topics. But all right, stay tuned. Hey, all right, let's get into some of these topics. I got my notes, of course. Let's get into some of these topics because it's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of things that's been like deterrent. That's been a deterrent from just doing not just Instacart, but some of the gig work out there. It's becoming a deterrent to do it, but nothing that, you know, is too far-fetched. But I know Instacart is becoming more difficult to do, not just for me, because again, as I'm going to show you, I have other ways to make money, and I'm actually going to give you guys some examples. Normally I don't with the other gigs because I don't do them that often, but I decided Instacart was really slow today. I only got, I believe I only got the one order today. No, excuse me, I didn't get any orders today. I lied to you. I have one order for the week because I was procrastinating Monday and Tuesday, getting some other things done because we're about to go on this little vacation. So I've been procrastinating with that. But today was really about Grubhub and DoorDash, because my Uber Eats is working, but my Uber isn't working. So I don't know what's going on with that. But that's neither here nor there. It is what it is. I'll give them a call, figure out what's going on. It's just funny to me that why can't you do both? If something is going on with, I guess, my background check, but that doesn't make sense because I've been working for them for years. So I don't know what's going on with that. But that's neither here nor there. But let's get into some of these numbers. So for Instacart last week, because this has been like a couple day series. I was supposed to get this out Sunday, and again, some things happened throughout the week. But we're gonna recap from last week. Last week I made $465.49 for the week. That's what, 8 batches. 8 batches for about $58 per batch, or 15 orders if you look at it that way. For some of you guys like to look at it that way. It's about $31 per order, so not too horrible, not too bad. I think I did the one roadie order, which brings it up to about 500 for the week, so not too bad. I worked another job, so that was about 150, an extra 150 for the week, so that brings it up to what, 650 for the week, for just off of side hustle work, so not too horrible. Again, I didn't go too hard because I wasn't really chasing Instacart, but as I've been listening to even some other YouTubers such as Instacart Dude, today he pointed out, if not today, it was yesterday, he pointed out that because his rating dropped from a 5.0 to, I think he said a 4.97, 4.98, it seems like I guess you lose that great amount of batches that you normally would have. So it seems that you are penalized heavily for not having a 5.0 rating. For me, in my case, because they deactivated my original account and I have the secondary account, I get penalized even heavier because I don't get those orders. I don't get those orders regardless. So I don't even get to see certain orders, and when I do, they're going like that. I know this morning I went to get a $84 batch and it immediately disappeared, and I didn't see anything over $30 for the rest of the day. Pretty much, as you guys know, I start around 8:30. 9 o'clock is when, you know, the BJs drop. I think Aldi is either 8 or 9 o'clock. The 9 o'clock is the BJs, and then 10 o'clock is the Costco orders, and they haven't been showing up. So I'm not gonna sit around and wait for them. But what I'm gonna do going forward, I'm gonna wait from either from 9 to 11, pretty much 9 to 11. If I don't get anything worth doing, I'll hop on Grubhub or Uber Eats to see how that's going. excuse me, Grubhub or DoorDash to see how that's going, and then do that going forward, because I pretty much did that today, and these are my numbers. So with DoorDash, I made $74.64 doing 10 orders, so that's about $7.46 per order. Nothing too crazy. I missed a couple with Grubhub and DoorDash because I had them on at the same time, so I had to pick and choose. And with Grubhub, I believe if you take too long to go to a location, they will unassign a batch from you. So it is what it is, but that's that. And for Grubhub, I made $85.32 for about 8 orders, and it was about $10.66 per order. So nothing too crazy. Again, when I speak about DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats, it's a scale that I like to use. So either especially like with Instacart, is either you do the physical labor yourself and do less miles, or you do more miles and do less physical labor. But you put, you burn more gas, you put more miles on your car. So that's the biggest thing for me when I do these. I think today I burned about 150 miles in gas today. Again, my car is about, I think she takes about, to fill up, she's about 350. So again, every 2 to 3 days, I would have to drop in 20 plus. It takes about $30 something to fill up my tank, depending on where I go. So again, if you're spending $60 plus, if not more, if you're spending let's say $100 a week, let's say you drive it to empty. So if you're spending $100 per week, that's a lot of money. If you're only working X amount of days. So if you're working every day and you're not making 150 a day, if you're not making 200 a day, it hurts. So between the 2 orders of Grubhub and DoorDash, I made about 160 something, if I'm not mistaken. 150, 160 something, probably closer to 150, a little over 150. Again, I didn't have to get gas today because I didn't drive the last couple of days because this car has been trash. So that's that. But again, every other day, it seems like, because I have an SUV, it'll be every maybe other day or every 2 days, depending on how far I'm driving. Today I worked about 11 to 7, I want to say, something like that. 11 to 7, 11 to 6 and change. And other than that, it is what it is. So for me, I got to pick my poison on, whether I do the physical labor and wait around all day for Instacart, which I'm not going to do, or I'm going to go for Grubhub and DoorDash and just burn more mileage and, have to sacrifice an extra 20 every couple days. So that's the life that I'm living right now, but we'll see. As you guys can see with point pickup, it's only in Riverhead that I've seen. I've seen one in Nassau. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen one in Nassau. But again, they're mostly in Riverhead. Again, if you guys don't know my area, Riverhead is about 20 to 25 minutes away from me. The beginning of Riverhead, that's where most of the stuff is at. It's about 20 to 25 minutes, 20 miles. So regardless, it's a long drive. It takes a while to get there. There's a lot of gas being burned. That's why I don't do Instacart out there that often, unless it's a very large payout. But point pickup for me out there, it's again, it's a 25-mile drive. It's 20 miles, and I've only seen an average pay of about $8.25. Granted, the drop-off has been 3 or 4 miles from the Walmart. So again, it's for me, it's not worth it. If I'm living out there, then maybe something quick, go pick up, drop off. But again, it's too far for me, too little money. So that's why I don't do point pickup. Look. So I know I've spoken on it before. Again, I don't really do Uber Eats because with Uber Eats, let me speak on it now. But with Uber Eats in my Uber account, Uber Eats, if I decline an order, because I'm a gold star, I think I'm about a 4.95 with Uber, either 4.95 or 4.94 with about 1,000 rides or something like that. The way they switched it was they did it real shady, and I think another YouTuber brought it to my attention as well. They merged the decline rate. So at the bottom, when you turn off Uber and you put on Uber Eats, before it would just, like, if you decline something, it would just go decline for Uber Eats. But because they merged it, that now messes with your Uber account. So when you decline Uber Eats, it messes with your Uber account and it can knock you from your gold standing. And if you guys don't know what your gold standing is, when you're gold standing with Uber, you're able to see how far the person is dropping off. So you have a little more control, or you have a little more insight. Sorry for the transition. So again, with Gold Standard, it allows you to see your destination, so you can see how far you're going, and you can be more selective about where you guys, where you're taking your passenger. So let me cut the AC off. So it's like smacking the camera. But yeah, so I think it's a good thing as well. But again, one shouldn't affect the other, because there's two different sides of it. But because it does, it kind of turned me off from doing Uber Eats. Now that even though my Uber is gone, for the moment, if I decide to decline a Uber Eats order, it still seems like it's gonna affect my Uber account, my Uber driver account. So I don't want that to happen. So I haven't been doing Uber Eats. But in a little bit more news, this is what I got in the email. So, as you can see, Uber comes to acquire Postmates, which is huge, I guess. I know Uber has been wanting to take over the food delivery scene as well, and I think they try to grab either DoorDash or Grubhub, but I think it was denied. I'm pretty sure it was Grubhub. I'm not 100% sure, but I know I know Grubhub and DoorDash, or if not, one of them alone is about 40% of the market, 40% of the delivery market. I'm pretty sure it's Grubhub, if I'm not mistaken. It's like 40% of the market, or together they're 40% of the market. So I know Uber wants a bigger slice of the pie, because they want to take over that market like they're taking over the rideshare market. So yeah, that's pretty big, and I don't mind it, because I think Postmates is trash, especially out here in Long Island. Postmates is trash. I've only done one order for Postmates. It took me 45 minutes. I had to go to whatever store. It was over 10 miles away. I had to go to whatever store it was. I picked up the order. Was I don't know how much the order was. Maybe the order was like $30 something. I dropped it off. It was like a 20-minute drive. I dropped it off, and it was a $5 payout. So I never did another one. It's such a turnoff. I would never do Postmates again. Sorry. I know all the commercials, all of the some of the comedians who do the commercials with it. I'm never, it's trash, bro. It's trash. In Long Island, I don't know how it works for you guys out there, but in Long Island, it's trash. So it would never get my services again. So I'm glad to see Uber buy them out, because again, they're trash. So hopefully it changes out here in Long Island. If not, then it won't be getting my services. So that's that for my little bit of Uber news that I figured out for you guys. So for the big news of the week, we're gonna have me go on. It's not really a rant. I'm not gonna say it's a rant, but we're gonna have me go on a little bit of a tangent talking about this food and Instacart voucher. It's not really app, because Telegram is like another text service. So for them to have no real trace, but it allows customers to claim that their groceries aren't delivered and get up to about a 75, sometimes 100% refund on their order. My huge issue with that is that people get deactivated. Either you get a warning sometimes like this, or you just get straight up deactivated. I don't know if I have a picture for this one, but yeah. People get deactivated for things like this, and for me, it's nonsensical. To even know that there's people out there taking advantage of people, not just individuals, but customers as well, who's using this service. They're going out there and they're using app and getting people deactivated. A woman brought this to my attention, I think a few days ago on the Instacart Facebook group, and it's just showing how pretty much there's a person or app, or I don't think it's an app, I think it's a person that allows you to go into whatever your order is and basically refund it, refund up to a portion, almost sometimes up to 100% that I'm seeing on here. And this is the thing. I'm gonna go back to this. This is the thing that you know gets frustrating, because the people get deactivated for people claiming that their orders aren't delivered. So it baffles me that somebody would do this. And again, I tell you guys all the time, like, this is July 7th, and I think is up to what, the 7th, today's the 8th. So it baffles me that people give you know, customers the benefit of that. Oh, customers don't know. I'm like, customers do know, man. Customers do know. And if you don't study how people act, they will find a way to either get something for free or get something for cheap. And it doesn't matter the cost. It doesn't matter the expense. So I asked this young lady, can I use this? Because I didn't know about this up until a few days ago. And it's just, for me, it's baffling. Like the fact that somebody goes into here and you can get your order refunded. Like, this is $2,000 in alcohol and it's refunded. And like, this is an app on Telegram. The app is called Telegram, but this is crazy. Like, I don't know. And like I said, a lot of customers claim that they don't get their groceries delivered. This one says customer happiness refund. It's a smack in the face, man. It's a smack in the face. And it's like, we're doing what we need to do right, and then you have people lying to get stuff for free, you know. And then it's like, not only do they get the groceries free, they get their money back, and we get deactivated. So it's just be very careful about this. Some of these are alcohol, and I already told you guys how I feel about doing alcohol deliveries. I think it's a hit or miss, but it's frustrating. And again, I know this is the end all be all, but it's a slap in the face. It's like all of these obstacles, like, Instacart is dealing with because of how they don't value their shoppers. They value the customer. So a customer could go and lie and complain and say, hey, I didn't get my groceries. And then not only, again, do they get to keep the groceries, they screwing over the you know, they're screwing over the shopper, you know, because a lot of times you don't get that you don't get that warning. You just get straight deactivated, and they don't give you no time, they don't give you no date, they don't give you nothing. You get, you know, you get deactivated. So the other thing that blows my mind, I'm glad I wrote it down, is that even though they would have the picture as evidence, right? Because you have to take a picture almost every delivery. You have to take a picture. So no matter how much evidence one has, such as a picture, such as a GPS location that they know, that they follow because they can clearly see it, and they have timestamps available in the app from whatever for everything that we do, we can still get deactivated. So it's like, it's a deterrent. Like, you know what I mean? It's a deterrent, and it just becomes more and more frustrating. You continuously make the job harder, and once it you know becomes too difficult, or as Drake said, once I'm no longer having fun with it, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? And again, you start to create this dichotomy of bad service, because it's like, all right, well, here's your stuff, and I'm out. Because, like, again, if it disappears, it disappears. Like, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Like, after I drop it off, no matter what happens to it, it's not my problem. You know what I mean? Because we're selling a no contact drop off. So after I drop it off, like, whatever happens to it, happens to it. Like, you should be home, you know? But again, you have this app on Telegram. Excuse me, you have this person on Telegram who goes and I guess he can vouch for you getting your stuff back. But even if you don't go through that program, customers could still complain at any point. And you know, so it may not be you need to go through a third party. You can just automatically claim that you didn't get your groceries, and you'll get a credit, because how can they prove it? You know what I mean? Other than, even though you get the picture, you can say, oh, well, somebody took my groceries, or, you know, the driver came, he dropped it off, he took a picture, and then he put the groceries, or he or she put the groceries back in their car. And I know we don't do that, because a lot of times we don't want your stuff, bro. Like, we don't want your stuff in the car, and then we can't get another order because your stuff is in the car taking up space. It's like majority of us don't do that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. That's all the news I got for you guys this week. Again, nothing too crazy, but again, you guys got a multi-app, man. You got a multi-app because Instacart is being real difficult right now. Again, in my area in Long Island, because they switched back to, you know, priority batches, and because they kind of screwed me over with my first account, I don't get batches, man. And when they do, they're terrible batches. I mean, long distance. High, you know, either they're long distance or they're high items or units, they're high unit number batches, or if they are under 5 miles, the payout is so low. It just doesn't make sense. But let me bring another point before I end this video. I know some of you guys don't understand what I mean by that. They're kind of committing fraud, and this is what I mean. So before I get into it and I explain myself, Instacart, as I did in my other video, Instacart used to pay out a batch minimum. It was still considered a batch minimum, but it was more of a order minimum. But they like to switch up the wording. So basically it was a batch minimum, but the batch minimum was per order. So if we got a double, it was a minimum of $7 and a minimum of $7 per order. You know what I mean? Even though, you know, it's a double batch order, double order batch, you know, however they want to phrase it, so they don't have to kick out the additional money. So what they like to do now is like they like to merge everything in one. So it's like we'll merge 3 orders, and the batch minimum will be $7 to $10, and just some of these orders just don't make sense. It just, how is it that you have double orders, or you have single orders with no tip, and then no gratuity, and then you have other orders with gratuity around the same thing, and the prices are just completely different. It's just completely different, such as this. Like these 2 orders don't make sense to me. And not only that, they want to talk about heavy pay, but not every order gets heavy pay. Even when you have, like they told us, you need to have one thing of like 30-40 pounds. But as I'm gonna show, this has water. A case of water is considered heavy pay, but this didn't have heavy pay. For me, that shows that you guys are lying about heavy pay. And like I said, heavy pay is already a sham, because if somebody order 1 case of water or 40 cases of water, you only get paid for the 1 case of water, which is inconceivable to me. It just doesn't make sense. But again, there's just certain things that you guys need to look out for, because I'm not gonna say they committed fraud, but it's coming close to it, because you're not paying us what you said you're paying for. So you're telling us you're paying it $7 per batch, but now you want to talk about batch, and then you want to talk about order. So the thing that also blows my mind is that, like, the way they phrase it. You know what I mean? So again, when you do when you have somebody who comes in and they do the referral, like if you do a double batch order, right? Because they did 2 batches or 2 orders in a batch, it's not considered 2, it's considered 1, because it's a double batched order. So again, it's how they want to phrase it. It's crazy, because it's meant to be time consuming. And I think this may be my last topic. Speaking of referrals, they got caught up in some BS when they did this. So I'm not 100% sure if it was a glitch in the system, but basically what happened was, for a couple days after one of their updates, all of the bonuses, the referral bonuses went down to $25, and people started to notice. Because I know the one young lady, she had text me. She was like, "Hey, or, you know, it's a $25 referral bonus now. And I'm like, well, yeah, if it's an in-store shopper, it's a $25 referral bonus. She was like, no, it's a straight $25 referral bonus. So then when the app updated for a couple of days, it was a $25 referral bonus. And for me, again, as you guys know, I'm fighting for my referral bonus that I was supposed to get a month ago. So for me, it made me go on red alert, because it's like, okay, well, you guys aren't giving it to me because you guys suspended my account. But now that my account is back active and merged with my other account, now you keep telling me weeks. So are you gonna like screw me over and be like, well, we can only give you $25 because that's what the referral bonus is now? But again, they changed it back. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. If I'm not mistaken, it was yesterday. But again, I'm just assuming that that's a glitch in the system. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, but it's just things like that just makes it look very shady. And they don't understand that we pick up on things like that, because stuff like that is important. $1,500 is important to people, and especially when we have people like I did, have somebody go out there and work their tail off for a month, taking trash to get me the referral, and then you guys are holding it hostage pretty much and telling me to wait, you know, 5-6 weeks. And it's like, come on, bro. And then you're gonna tell me, hey, wait, you gotta wait, up to 2 weeks. I'm like, bro, it's been a month. Oh, well, just wait another week, you should get it next week. And it's like, come on, man, like, this is ridiculous. Like, I like, the person did whatever they needed to do and they got the stuff done. Like, just give me my bread and then move forward from there. But I don't know, man. It's becoming more and more difficult. And again, that's why, you have to transition to different apps, because as my friends see out in Maryland, when you solely rely on this, everything that happens, it becomes so magnified. It's becomes so frustrating because you feel like you're getting screwed and you feel like there's no way out. So again, just make sure you guys multi-app, and don't have one income. You can't have one income in doing this kind of work. It's not feasible. Like, it is, you have to have more than one income, because at any point you could be, you can't say terminated because we're not workers, but you can be kicked off the app at any point for any time, and it's very difficult to fight to get this stuff back, unless you're on your P's and Q's like I am. I'm always on my P's and Q's. I had this one lady inbox me and she was like, yo, how did you get back on? How did you get reactivated? I was like, you gotta, have this. So, it's very, very difficult, and they make it difficult. With these generic deactivation notices. So just be ready, be prepared, and just have receipts, and not receipts as in the physical copy of buying something, receipts as in CCs or carbon copies of everything that transpires when you talk to some of these people, and have a timeline and things like that, because it's very difficult to get reactivated, especially when you have stuff like this where they're going on and they're telling Instacart like, hey, I didn't get my order, like, what's up? And then people get deactivated from that, man. I don't know, man. It's a cruel world, man. It's a cruel world. And I told you, that's one of the reasons why I don't like people, because I know people. I know how people are. They are very selfish. And if they can screw somebody over and make themselves better, they're going to do that. It's human nature for some people. And that's just what it is, man. But, I think I have one more day to work, and then we're off to vacation, and we come back, and then I might be starting another part-time job. But we'll see about that. I'll definitely let you guys know what's going on with that. But until next time, guys, have a good one.